Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out today. We had a situation that occurred this morning that we want to bring to the attention of our citizens and our public. This morning at about 8:19 a.m., we received a complaint at the Rockingham County Central School Office about a person or persons that apparently had put a banner that was very inflammatory in nature, that put it out in the front yard. It was discovered about 7:30 by one of the employees. The banner again alludes to the monument, and it also alludes to the City Council and also to the KKK. As you know, in Rockingham County over the past few months, we've had some incidents where there's been some vandalism at our schools. Within the past couple of months, we had a Suburban that was spray painted with the letters KKK at Reidsville Senior High School. There was also a church van on Wentworth Street in Reidsville that had some vandalism, spray painting done on it at a minority church. We also had some flyers that were passed out in reference to our local Klan group representation in the Eden area, in the Reidsville area. And then, of course, there was some property damage just inside Caswell County at a private residence of a business. And so, anyway, today, after we were able to collect this banner, I talked with Dr. Shotwell, who's present with me today representing the school system. We discussed this, and we have made a notification to the local city councils, county commissioners, community leaders, and also the local law enforcement agencies that are affected, or that have been affected by these incidents in the past. I have notified the Eden Police Department, the Reidsville Police Department, the State Bureau of Investigations, the Caswell County Sheriff's Office, and all other investigators that we believe are necessary to know about this information. And again, today what I'd like to do is appeal to the public that if anyone has any information about anyone that's defacing any schools or that's putting out any inflammatory information on any private property or doing any property damage, we did send you a digital copy of this banner. You have that. If anybody knows any information, please contact Rockingham County Crime Stoppers at 349-9683, 349-9683. We do not condone this activity. I have talked with representatives from HPAC. I've also talked with representatives from the Reidsville City Manager's Office. And so again, I wanted to make them aware of what was going on, because it appears that somebody is alluding to those groups or those membership. And I just want to make them aware of what was going on. Again, we do not know who is involved, but the similarity is a lot of this banner and information from this banner is similar to information that has been received at other locations, such as where I told you the property damage and vandalism had occurred at. So again, at this time, I want to thank Dr. Shotwell for being here. Again, it did affect our central office at the Rockingham County School System. There was no property damage other than the banner being placed up. But again, I think we need to let the public know that there are persons that are going around that are doing property damage, vandalism, and of course this is the second time that our schools have been affected. And again, we want to make sure that we stand up to support our school system, our superintendent, and we want to make sure that we protect the citizens of this county. So basically, we're letting you know what's going on in the county and asking for your assistance. If you have any information, please contact the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers at 349-9683. At this time, I'm going to let Dr. Shotwell, if you'd like to say a few words.
Yeah. I just want to say that, you know, our number one concern is always the safety of our students, our staff, and even though we're not in school right now, we do have staff members at our respective schools, and we're not going to tolerate, you know, this type of behavior. Not really sure why we were targeted today, but you know, the first thing that came in my mind, I want to make sure that I talk to Sheriff Page to let him be aware of it, because this may be able to help some other cases, just like the one we had earlier this summer with one of our Suburbans at Reidsville High School. And anything we can do to help out with that, that was our main reason in filing the complaint. And we did take it down pretty quick, so there wasn't, the viewing of that sign wasn't done by very many people. And I also notified my staff at the office and let them know what was going on and that their safety is always our top priority as well. And we just hope that somebody out there has some information that can help the sheriff solve this problem for us.
And again, like I said, at this time, you know, we don't know who is responsible for this activity, but we are going to focus our investigation, and it very well may be connected to the other activity and vandalism that have occurred in the past. This type of banner and this type of message right here, it divides a community, and I don't appreciate it. And again, we're going to do our part to identify those persons that are responsible for doing these damages, whether it be trespassing or property damage or any of those other related activities, and we'll try to identify them through our resources and hope to bring this person to justice. So again, we appreciate you coming out. One thing I didn't say that if this had occurred after 12:45 this morning, one of our officers had made a check through the area, and then it was found at about around 7:30 this morning. And we were notified shortly after that. And of course, Dr. Shotwell gave me a call first thing this morning. We have a great relationship with our schools, with our superintendent. And again, we appreciate that partnership, and we're going to continue to look after our schools and look after citizens of Rockingham County. Now I'll entertain a few questions.
This is at least a handful of incidences that have happened,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? Just throughout the county and citywide.
Yes, ma'am.
How many have referenced the monument being involved or making a reference to it?
I think at least, as this incident and at least one more. Yes, ma'am. I believe it was the Caswell County incident did maybe reference to the monument.
That was a property damage?
Yes, ma'am.
Does Rockingham County Schools have any tie to any of the groups involved with the monument right now?
Not any of my knowledge, no, ma'am.
What's the threat level here?
Well, ma'am, first of all, we don't know who's involved. It very well may be somebody. It very well may be anyone that may be wanting to jump on board that may be trying to seek some type of thrill about getting involved and basically trying to stir controversy. Again, I mean, I don't know, but I do know that investigators are assigned and working on this particular case with multiple agencies, and we have notified all those agencies this morning about this incident. So again, as far as threat level goes, well, anytime, I just gave a talk the other night at the school board about school safety issues and stuff like this. So I say, anytime, school is generally a soft target, and we try to figure out ways to harden those targets. But again, like I said, you know, anytime a person can come up and put a banner in your yard and stuff like this, it can happen and stuff like this. But we want to make sure that we protect to the best of our abilities. And again, as far as the threat, I don't think it's actually been a direct threat made to the schools, okay? But it has been, as you see, has been a reference to the monument, which I can conclude that's more than likely the monument issues dealing with the HPAC and the City Council of Reedsville, okay? That may be the reference. There's also a reference to KKK. Well, historically, you know about the KKK, and I don't have to go from there. So again, it's some inflammatory language here. Again, it's not appreciated. And again, like I said, it looks to me like someone's just trying to stir some controversy. But if it ties back and we can connect the persons involved in the property damages and other issues of property damage, there could be some charges forthcoming.
That kind of leads to my next two questions.
Go ahead.
One being, you know, it's 2012. Is the KKK still a problem here in Rockingham County?
Ma'am, I've been involved in law enforcement for about 36 years. The KKK has been around for a long time. Periodically, you see representatives come and go. In law enforcement, we're aware of a lot of threats, and we do a lot of threat assessments. There's been I think, a recent resurgence within the past year of the KKK activity in the near area. But as far as any direct activities or of the Klan, other than handing out flyers and stuff like that, that's about the only thing that I'm aware of. But again, we do pay particular attention to threats and threat assessments in our communities. Yes, ma'am.
And finally, you mentioned charges. What kind of charges would a person or people face for something like this?
On this particular case right here, you may have a mere trespass issue, maybe, but if this is connected, the persons that are responsible here are connected to the incidents at the other schools and other situations, then you may have some property damage charges related to those that may be connected to possible hate crimes because of their reference.
So if this person or people are out there, what's the message to send to them to talk to so they know the seriousness of this matter and that you guys are taking this extremely seriously?
It better stop. It better stop. But we in Rockingham County and all that my brother, sister law enforcement agencies are on alert, and we're putting our heads together and we're working together to try to identify the persons responsible for this activity and the activities that occurred in the other locations. And if they are connected and we can make charges, I'm sure we will. Yes.
Do you believe the KKK is involved with this, or do you think somebody is using their name to strike fear in the community?
I think that's pretty much what I was alluding to, is there's been some reference to the KKK, but actually able to tie to the KKK organization, I can't say that. Yes, sir.
Okay, do any of the things that have happened in these incidents rise to the level of hate crime?
I think so. I think so. I think they fall within the category of hate crime and the indicators. And so, again, we'll work with all the associated agencies to see what we have, to see if we can identify this person. Again, like I said, they're responsible, and if charges can be made appropriately, we will make charges.
Is there surveillance video outside of the administration building?
I will say that I can't comment, but I appreciate you asking that question.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. Part of an active investigation, so at this point, I really couldn't comment there, but thank you for asking. Yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
Do you have somebody pinpointed on who you think is behind it?
Right now, all I can say is that references to, if the reference to the KKK and stuff like this, but as far as was this definitely a KKK member, something like this, I can't say that.
Okay.
Again, like I said, could be anyone.
Do you think HVAC's involved?
Do it now?
Do you think HVAC is involved in it?
I have the same way as the KKK. I had no reason to point any fingers. HPAC has a position. I think there's some litigation going on right now between the city council with Reedsville and HPAC organization. And so, but again, like I said, as far as pointing any fingers, I have no reason to believe that any party is involved at this point in time. Again, like I said, that's to be determined our investigation. Any other questions? Shall we?
I'm good.
Again, I thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you helping us get the message out. And again, I reiterate, Crime Stoppers reward up to $1,000 for information, 349-9683, and we appreciate all of your help. And we appreciate the community's help.